Okay, so now let's start looking at the questions. Okay, question number 1, construct a line through the given point and with the given slope m. So this is the first thing, right? How to draw a straight line with slope and 1 point. Remember the steps? Okay. So part A, we have a point 2 minus 5, and we have the slope of the straight line 2 over 5. Remember what's the first step? The first step is always find the point in the coordinates plane. That's always the first step. So let's do that. Okay, so this is x-axis, this is y-axis, right? And this is 0, 0, 0, 0. Point is 2 minus 5. So 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 5. So this is a point, right? Point is here. So this is 2.5. Sorry, 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5. Okay. And the slope is 2 over 5. So 2 over 5. Because the slope is a fraction, we don't need to like further manipulate this number, because this fraction already tells us the rise is equal to 2 and the run is equal to 5. Okay, so we can read the rise and run directly off the fraction. Okay, so we know rise is equal to 2 and run is equal to 5. So we start from this point. Start from this point. Rise is 2, so we go up 1, 2. And run is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the second point is over here. Okay. So this point is directly given, and this point is found using the slope information. Okay, and then we join these 2 points. Like we join these 2 points. This will be the straight line that we need to find. Okay, this will be the straight line that we need to find. Okay, so that's part 1. Part A, I mean, sorry, my head is not, like my brain's not working properly now. Part B, the point given is -3, 5, and the slope is -3. Again, what's the first step? Find the point in the plane, right? So -3, 5. -1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the point, -3, 5. Here, the slope is -3. This is not a fraction. So here, we cannot read the rise and run directly off this number. This is when we need to write this integer in the form of a fraction. So we need to write -3 as, for example, -3 over 1. Okay, so the reason why we need to write -3 as -3 over 1 is because we cannot read rise and run directly off this number. Okay, so after we write -3 as -3 over 1, we can see that the rise is equal to -3, run is equal to 1. Okay, there are different ways of writing -3, right? You can write this as 3 over -1, right? You can even write it as -6 over 2 or 6 over -2. So it doesn't matter which fraction you choose, as long as the number is equal to -3. Okay, so if you use -3 over 1, or if you use -2 over 2, these two will give us the same result. Okay, it will lead to the same straight line. Okay, so don't worry about, okay, I'm not sure how I should write -3. Should I write it as -3 over 1 or 3 over -1? It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. There are many, many, many different ways of writing this integer. Okay, as long as this number is equal to -3, it will lead to the correct answer. Okay, so let me just use -3/1. So we start from this point, right? The rise is -3 and the run is 1, right? So rise is -3. That means we start from this point and we go down by 3 units, 1, 2, 3. And run is 1, so we go right by 1 unit. So this is the point. This is the second point, right? So this point is given in this question, and this point is found based on the slope information. Okay. And now we join these 2 points. Okay. This is the straight line we need to draw. Okay, CD. For C and D, I'll do it quickly. So we have a point 3, 2, and M is equal to 0. So first step, find the point, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So this is point 3, 2. 3, 2. Okay, and M is equal to 0. How do we write 0? Okay, we can write 0 as 0 over any number, right? Let's just say it's 0 over 1. Right, 0 over 1. You can write it as 0 over 2, etc. It doesn't really matter, right? Because 0 over 1 is equal to 0. 0 over 2 is also equal to 0. 0 over 100 is also equal to 0. Okay? So now we know the rise is equal to 0 and the run is equal to 1. I think we've seen this enough times to know that when the slope of a straight line is 0, the straight line must be horizontal, right? Horizontal. Okay, because the slope is 0. We've seen this many, many times. Okay, so now let's verify this. So we start from this point. We start from this point, right? And rise is 0. That means there's no movement vertically. There's no movement because rise is 0. Run is 1, so 1. So this is the point. This is the second point, right? So this point is given here. And this point is found based on the slope information. Now we join these 2 points. We join these 2 points and we can see that this straight line is indeed horizontal. Okay, this straight line is indeed horizontal. Let me show you this. So if I write the slope as, for example, 0 over 5, let's see if this different representation of slope gives us the same straight line. Okay, so again, we start from this point, right? And this is the new rise, and this is the new run, right? So now we start from this point. Rise is still 0, so there's no movement vertically, and run is equal to 5. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the second point is over here. Second point is over here. Now we join these two points, and we see that it gives us the same straight line, right? It gives us the same straight line, even if we used a different representation of this slope. Okay, so trust me on this. It doesn't matter what representation you use. It doesn't matter. It will always give you the same answer. Okay, trust me on this. Part D. Part D, -2, 1, and M is undefined. What's the first step? Find the point, right? So -2, 1. So this is the point. -2, 1. When is the slope undefined? The slope is undefined when the denominator of the slope is 0. It doesn't matter what this number is. This doesn't matter. We can say this is just 1, right? As long as the denominator of the slope is 0, this slope is undefined, which means there's no run. There's no run. We've seen this as well, right? We know when the slope is undefined, that means this straight line is vertical, right? Is it? I forgot how to spell the word. Is it C-A-L or C-L-E? Give me 1 second, let me check. C-A-L is vertical, C-A-L. So we know that when the straight line has an undefined slope, that means the straight line must be vertical, right? So let's verify this. So we start from here and we write m as 1/0. So this is 1 is rise and run is 0. So what does that mean? So we start from this point and rise is 1. So we go up by 1 unit here. And run is 0, which means there's no movement horizontally, right? So this is the second point. So this point, -2, 1, this is given in a question. And this second point is found based on the slope information. And now we join these 2 points. We join these 2 points. Okay. And this will be the straight line we're looking for. Okay. If you want, you can try different representation of the slope. You can try, for example, 4/0 or other number over 0. It will always give you the same vertical straight line. Okay. So that's question number